Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how we can create a simple roadmap or a yearly plan for the next 3 years of your research period. I am Dr. Kavya Shabu, PhD in Finance, who was a full-time researcher and assistant professor specialized in business analytics, finance and research. And currently, I am the founder of Research Dreams, where we aim to provide consultation and research training to the upcoming scholars. Okay, so let's start our session. The roadmap of thesis or project development. It is often seen that researchers tend to start their projects with objectives of the study or with a proposal that they have already built or a research design that they have. So why not give it a different approach? And this is the scientific manner which will kind of help to reduce the rectifications and errors that could happen and the complete clarifications to meet again and again. So the first step is understanding the area. Now, by understanding the area can be done through literature review, theoretical perspective and conceptual framework. So before getting into other facts or other parts of the thesis, this is the area that we first have to address. The literature review would comprise of the key findings that the article has, the research methodology used in the paper, and the different variables that has been identified in the study. A critical review or a critical comment on this will help us to give also the research gap going forward. The next comes the theoretical perspective, which means the theories that are allied to this. Like, for example, the motivation theory, the leadership theory, etc. that we have. This helps us to understand what are the existing theoretical base or the frameworks that is already existing based on these areas. The next one is the conceptual framework or a diagrammatical representation of the entire thesis that we would be actually doing. This gives us a blueprint on what we are actually going to do in the phase of analysis. The next stage that we have is redesigning the research design. We might have entered our PhD process or the journey with a research proposal or through which has gone through the doctoral committee or a research design that we have prepared as a blueprint. But the problem is, after literature review only, we will actually get to know, while doing an in-depth analysis and while going in-depth into reading, we get to know about the research gap that has been identified, and through this actually we have to go for the statement of the problem, research questions, and then eventually the objectives of the study. And based on these, we also take up the methodology. As we have gone through literature review and numerous amounts of methodology that the different people have followed for the same perspective of the study, we know which is the right methodology that we have to choose for our study. The next one is whom to address. This is a key concept often missed by many people. Now, by whom to address is closely linked with research implication. So here we mean, like, who do we want to address? Is it the government officials, or is it the particular industry, or is it whom are we trying to give the recommendations to? This helps us to give a specific study and make the recommendations and findings more crystal clear as to whom we are trying to address, and it will be more helpful for them. The next and the final one in the second stage is the feasibility test. Whatever we draft in the research design, it should be feasible and possible to make as a study in terms of getting the data, that is the primary or secondary data, in the possibility of doing the analysis, and also in the ethical code of conduct. It should not break any ethical codes either. The third stage that we have is the analysis and interpretation. Here in between lies the questionnaire or the analysis preparation or anything that comes before analysis and interpretations, and after that comes the data collection and then the analysis. And what has to be always kept in mind is these align with the objectives of our study. Once we do the second stage, it is like logged, and then we can move forward. Then the final stage that we have is the findings, recommendations, writing based on the analysis and interpretations made. These could be scientifically written, and the report writing. It is more of an art, and we will be going through each and every element of these in our upcoming sessions, and we will see. And the next thing in the final stage that we have is revisit. What we mean by revisit over here is when we reach the final stage, it will be the third or the fourth year of our thesis journey, right, or our PhD journey. So whatever we have written in the initial years have actually become old data. So we have to update, we have to revisit and revise whatever we have written in the past and keep it an up-to-date thing, and then do the final submission and open defense preparation. Now, going through the 3 years agenda or a 3-year plans that you can do for the PhD journey, apart from what has been mentioned in the roadmap, the major things that we have to do is attending research workshops and trainings to get a more idea on the analytical part that will be upcoming in the second year that we have to do in the first year. And in the second year, it is crucial that we start doing paper presentations, attending conferences, and also publishing in journals. And in the final year, we will be busy with the thesis preparation, the thesis submission and all. But if you are able to get time, do contribute to paper presentations and publications also. With that, we have come to the end of our session. Are you a researcher looking for an expert opinion? Feel free to book an appointment to our consultation service in this mail ID. And let me know in the comment sections what upcoming sessions you would like to hear from us. And visit my website to know more about the other services being provided.